Hello there, this is Amy from 10 Stories, and this is a short video on our top tips for social media for all channels. So this is part of a training document where we have a slide deck, which is a couple of slides on 10 top tips, and this is just for those people that want to explore them in a little bit more detail. So tip 1, know your audience. So this really refers to who are you talking to? So who are your customers? Who are your clients? And what do they want to know from you? What do they want to see from you? The more that you can put yourself in their shoes, the more that you can sort of reassure yourself of the type of content that they want to see and then provide them with that. So with this, we want you to be thinking about their situation, their behaviours, their attitudes. So anything that they would want from you in terms of for you to solve them a problem, or what questions do they ask you often. So anything around that kind of thing will be helpful in order to provide the best type of content on your social media feeds. Tip 2, decide which channel you will use. So we often get asked by clients the question of, I've got 5 channels, I've got a Twitter channel, which I don't use, but I spend the most time on my Facebook, what should I do? And with this, we would very much say, think about the resource that you've got to give to social media and think about where you can prioritize that resource. And I would be ruthless. So if you have got a dormant Twitter account, for example, and you're just not using it, but you are relying on, Facebook, and that's kind of growing, I wouldn't be afraid to think, well, actually, I'll remove that one channel, or I'll make my YouTube channel dormant for a little bit until I get round to getting an active, consistent presence on the other channels. And then, then we will move on to YouTube, or then we'll move back on to X or Twitter. So that's tip 2. So tip 3, decide on who will manage the channels. So we often recommend that within an organisation you develop a little group of people, so it doesn't just fall on the shoulders of one person, but you have a group of people, we call them content collaborators, who are really willing to just, as part of their role, they're in different areas of the organisation or charity, and they're willing to just grab a couple of photographs or a short video, once, twice per month, and all of that generates sort of a bigger bank of content for 1 or 2 people to sort of come back and actively do the posting. So that's a little team. Tip 4, what content will you share? So I would advise that you do a little brainstorming session of this, and then you're not sort of worrying on that same day, on that same week, like, gosh, we've got to get something out on social media this week, and what should we do? I would say sort of 4 weeks ahead, 6 weeks ahead, brainstorm a little list of ideas with another team member, and then you've got the ideas there, and you can send those out to the content collaborators to ask them to send you in a little bit of content each month. Tip 5, post consistently. So we say we would recommend for a small charity or organisation that twice weekly would be more than enough. So that would be 8 posts per month. And if you had 3 channels, for example, that would treble. But we are going to show you a very time effective way of just putting one piece of content into a scheduling tool and adapting it for the channels. So think about that as sort of 8 pieces of content per month. Okay, I'm now going to move on to tip 6. So this is if you're getting a little bit more confident and you want to put your content into different categories. So just to make sure that you're covering all areas of the charity or the business. Tip 7, consider using Canva to design some graphical posts. This is a great way of making sure that you can get things like stats out there and testimonials, and they're well branded. And we have a separate training session on that, which is session 8. Tip 8, have a quick look at your channels over the past year, the past 6 months, the past 3 months. See what's performed well, and you will see a pattern. So don't be scared to repeat that in terms of the type of content. That will help you. Tip 9, think about the best time of day to post. So every social media platform has an Insights tab. You can head into those Insights tab and see your audience profile, so their gender, their age range, and when they're online, and post when your followers are online. Tip 10 is use a scheduling tool to save you time and energy, and we recommend Loomly. And there is another directional video as part of this series which shows you how to schedule a post in there. Thank you.